Hello, comic book guys and gals, and welcome to Comic Mag Musings. This guy's your host, Bill Miller. I think I have a very fun video for you today. We're going to go over a little bit of Charlie Brown history, and I'll show some of the Peanuts related comic books that I have. Very careful to enunciate that properly. Let's go ahead and get started with what few books I do have. I think they're pretty darn cool, and hopefully you'll think so too. So we have Nancy, number 172. This is from 1959. The title used to be Nancy and Sluggo. And let's take a look. At this book. All right, that's pretty cool. Look at that on the back, that 7-Up ad, right? Isn't that bananas? So I think there's just like one, maybe 4-page Peanuts story in here, sandwiched between a couple of Nancy and Sluggo stories. Let's see. So there we go. The Auto Builders. One, two, three, four. Yeah, it is a 4-page story. That was pretty typical for a lot of the Peanuts features that were in other comic books. And the other stories, longer, were Nancy and Sluggo stories. So that's Nancy 164, another one, from 1959. Also, same format, 2 Nancy and Sluggo stories with a 4-page Peanuts story. And we have Nancy 162. There are very few cover appearances of the Peanuts characters in Nancy comic books. Mainly Snoopy, I've seen on a couple of them. I haven't seen any others. There may be, but I just haven't seen them. Next title we have is Tip Top Comics. And this is number 224 from 1961. So again, we have Nancy and Sluggo. And here we do have a cover appearance of both Charlie Brown and Snoopy. Look at the color of his shirt. And here we have Captain and the Kids, right? Which used to be Katzenjammer Kids and used to be Hans and Fritz. So it went through several different iterations when the creator changed from one newspaper to another, but the newspaper had copyrighted the strip instead of the creator. So we just called it a different name, Hans and Fritz. And then shortly after that, maybe because of the German tie around World War II, Captain and the Kids. So this one is number 222 from 1960. Very cool cover. I believe these are 4-page stories as well. We'll check one. Tip Top, number 173, is the first comic book appearance of the Peanuts. I think the second appearance is there was a sister title called Tip Topper. And Tip Topper number 16 was the second appearance in comics, in comic books, right? Comic book form of any of the Peanuts characters. This is number 221. Interior art by Dale Hale and Nye Eisman. Many of the stories in these are reprints from the dailies, but some of them are new stories. Every now and then Schultz would write one of the new stories, but it was usually one of his assistants that wrote them. Dale Hale is probably the most prolific, but there was one before him and one after. I don't recall right now. Here we have number 218 and the same 3 franchises there. And let's go ahead and open this guy up and take a look. I got all of these years ago. 15 to 20 some years ago, maybe 15 to 22, 23, something like that. Again, we have a very cool 7-Up commercial on the back cover with that bird. And so we've got a little 1-page Peanuts story on the inside front cover. And then we go into a Nancy story. And then we start a Peanuts story right there. So let's see how long this one is. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can see even, this is a little bit later, but even then Snoopy was more of a dog than he became later on. 6, 7, we got Pigpen in there. He is dynamite. 8, so an 8-page story. Then text, and then a Sluggo story, and then we got Captain and the Kids to round it out with an ad on the back. Cool. All right. So that is number 218. Here we've got 217 from 1959. All these are 32 pages. 216. (1959) cover art by Dale Hale. I don't want this to run too long, so I think I'll go ahead and break this up into 2 videos. I think I was a little too ambitious to begin with. So we'll do 2 more for this one. We've got Tip Top number 216 with Dale Hale doing the Peanuts stories. And we've got Tip Top number 215. Great looking cover. Again, Nancy and Sluggo, Captain and the Kids, with which used to be Hans and Fritz, which before that were Cats and Jammer Kids, and the Peanuts. And that will do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll stick around for part 2. And if you did enjoy it, I would encourage you to subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way you'll be alerted as soon as I release new content. Thumbs up and comments are always appreciated. And remember, we're taking over the world one comic book at a time.